if they ever ask you if you know someone who does not know how to speak in public, you can surely point at me because I'm that kind of person. But I will try my best today. So, like you can read on the board, my name is Gustav. I'm originally from Cameroon, and I came here in 2011. I came here with a lot of hope. I had planned everything out, and I was ready to go through it. So I started the school at Indiana University, initially as an accountant. But then a lot of things happened in a way that changed my, how will I say, my first plan. And the best thing out of it is that it took me closer to God. I came here, I was already a believer, but I had to grow in understanding who God is. And that was in 2013 when I got diagnosed with diabetes. The importance of sharing our testimony is because it belongs to someone else. Someone might be going through an issue where they really need to know how to speak to God. They really need to understand that God is with them. And just stand up and speak to God and tell him what you are going through. So that time was not a really good time of my life because it shuts down my dream. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I was like, this is not what I was ready for. And laying on my bed, I was by myself. Nobody was there yet. So I had to think through my life, change things, and adapt to the new realities. And I'm happy that I knew God already at that time, and I was able to understand that this is a medical prophecy. I need to receive the prophecy from God. That mindset, I really thank God for that because, like Jesus was saying, we will receive a change of mind. And at that time, I really needed a change of mind. And my mind changed, I decided to focus on what God said. I didn't have a choice. I had to go above the medical prophecy. And I remember at that point, I really had to be a fool because the wisdom of God is foolishness to us human, because the medical prophecy says this, and this is what you want to do. So I decided to focus on God. I created an environment of things that speak about God through my situation. Previous to that, I remember that I was always shy to pray for people who are sick because I was thinking, if I pray and then nothing happened, they will look at me and they look at those fake Christians, look at those fake believers. And it changed my mind, and I became bold into speaking to God and telling him what I'm looking for. I remember people were praying for me and they say, God, help Gustav to manage. And I had to tell them, please, don't ask God to pray for me to manage. I can manage it myself. Ask him to do what only him can do. And I started asking God. I was going through the Bible, reading the Bible, fetching the word of God, what he is saying through my situation, and replying it back to him. And I was going through that. I remember one day I was listening to a pastor, listening to the prayer, and I got hold on my bed. I couldn't move because there was power in move. And I visited my doctor once, and she checked my A1C, and she was like, what are you doing? I wanted to tell her, you know, God is healing me. But there was a conflict in me, and I couldn't really tell her. I was just like, I'm doing the right thing. So she asked me to go back and come back after 3 months. I came back after 3 months, and she checked my A1C again, and she asked again, what are you doing? I couldn't really tell her, and she asked me to go back again and to come back within, after 3 months. I knew that she's doing that because she wants to tell me something, but she wants to make sure what she's telling me is true. Because here in the United States, you don't want to be a medical doctor and give the wrong news. It will spoil, it would destroy your career. So I came back after 3 months, and then she told me, you no more have type 1. You have type 2. I remember when I was praying God, because type 1 is like a condemnation. Your pancreas is dead. You cannot do anything else. And it was a day of praising to me that day. I was praising God. But the lesson I got out of that is, when you pray through a situation, don't focus your mind on what the realities are telling you. Focus your mind on what God is telling you. We know we live in the time where you have to listen to science, you have to listen to things, but one thing about children of God is that they listen to God. It is good to listen to science, but listen to God, because God is above science. When God speaks a word and creates something, science will take that creation and start studying it to give explanation. So our relation with God put us above whatever science can say. So I don't know, maybe in my speaking to someone, maybe you might going through things right now. Focus, that look at your issue and speak to it. Whatever God has created, can listen to God. Jesus called the fig and he spoke to the fig. Someone else will say, this man is crazy. But everything, even the sickness, call it by its name and speak to it. Tell it what you want it to be, and don't be discouraged, and keep praying, and I believe God will glorify his name. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope it speak to someone, and maybe God bless you. Thank you.